Hey guys, we have this Volvo S60 and we're doing a bit of exhaust mods on it today. So we got the Badlands exhaust dump, and I just wanted to show you where I installed this thing and what I had to cut out and change to make that happen. So this car in particular is a little tricky because the exhaust comes along, it runs up over top of the subframe. There's no flanges in between, and then it comes down and loops around. So actually the length of the cutout was pretty good. You can see right there, I've got it welded in, and I was actually able to just cut here, and then I took the muffler down, and then I sliced along the back, just kind of along the frame, and I was actually able to just take that piece out that was kind of straight and then with a curve. I welded this in, and then I just modified that extra piece that I originally cut out, and I was able to get that in there. So it's all cleaned up, put in there. I shot it with some high temp paint, and let's fire this thing up, see what it sounds like. Okay, so this is with it closed. There is actually just a slight leak. I would imagine just a fitment between the plate and the outer plate. And this is what it sounds like. And then we're gonna open this up now. Kind of nice because you can vary it, like how much you want to open it. We just have a switch here, very simple. We just run this wiring harness inside of the car. We'll figure out a place to put it. I wish they would have given you a longer cable. Looks like this one's maybe only like 10 feet or so, which it's quite a bit, but by the time you route it wherever it needs to go, up into the body, hide it underneath all the panels, I have a feeling I'm gonna come up short. All right, so we've got, this one's on AliExpress. Looks like it's 88 bucks, and they give you a pipe. Now it looks like that one would need to be fabricated and welded in, but there's a bunch of other ones on here that you can choose from, whether you want the remote or you want a switch. Now the ones from Badlands, you're looking at anywhere from about $200 to $250 by the looks of things, depending on the size that you get and options. So quite a bit difference in price. Now the ones on AliExpress, they do say in some of the comments that they leak when the valve is closed, but as I just witnessed, these ones do too. So I'm not sure what the difference is. They say that these are made in Iowa, and of course, like these ones are made in China. So do they last the same? Are they actually the same product? Are they different? Probably not the same, but I mean, for the price, it'd be interesting to try one of these and see how long it lasts for. So if you want to pick one of these up, check out the link in the description. We'll have them up for sale. And yeah. All right, now, so to run the wiring for this, I had to remove the back seat, and there's a couple locking mechanisms on this seat. It doesn't just pop up like a lot of seats do. They have this lockout right here. So you have to slip in from the side of the seat and push in on this tab right here with a flathead screwdriver, and then you can lift the seat up. So you can see roughly on the seat where that's located. If you lift up on the seat a little bit, you'll be able to look underneath of there and see it. You just have to locate it. Now, I did run the wiring through this rubber grommet for the fuel pump wiring and some of the other wiring harnesses that run down underneath the vehicle. So that's where I'm going to run it. It is kind of looped along the subframe, and then it drops down to the cutout itself. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to see if I can't fit it through the actual hole here. I don't want to cut this at all. And then we can tie it into here and probably run it along the sill plates underneath up to the front. So like I say though, the length of this thing isn't very long, and I really doubt that I'm going to be able to make it up to where I need to put the button. So my guess is it's going to make it to about the front kick panel, and then that's as far as it's going to go. So that really sucks. I'm going to have to cut this and extend it. It's really a shame they don't give you a longer one for the price that you pay, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain, because we're just going to fix it and make it happen. Okay, viewers, so this harness just isn't long enough to get anywhere. Okay, so we tried to put running underneath the carpet here so that can be sort of tucked down beside the seat. Nah, ain't gonna happen. So if you just cut it, you'll find that you've got a red wire and a black wire. Very simple. So I have just extended this harness roughly 2 feet, which should be adequate for what we're looking for. So now I'm going to wire that up, make it permanent, and then I'm going to fish it underneath of the carpet. You can see that I have moved the seat back. Now on this model, there are 4 caps that cover these the bolts that mount the seat to the floor. The bolts themselves are 13 millimeter, and I'll show you the caps because they're a little tricky to get off. And let's see, right here. Okay, so you can see we've got little claws on the side. So in order to get that off, you just need to pry the side of the cap out and then lift it off. So I hope that helps. It's the same front and back. Now these sill plates are a little bit tricky as well as far as running the wiring. Just watch you don't break them. There are pressure clips that hold the sill panel down, and then on the back side there is actually a claw that slides in. So just watch, don't lift up on this side. You need to start at the front, lift it up, and then slide the whole piece out forwards. As far as this piece goes, I was able to just remove some of the weather stripping. You've got a Torx screw that holds your hood latch release mechanism in here. So you'll see it's right in the center. You just remove that, pull that piece off, and then we can pull that other trim off as well. Very simple. It just comes off this way. It doesn't go left or right, but towards me. Pressure clips once again, no screws or anything. And the same with this back one that's in the center. A bunch of pressure clips along here. Now, when I had the seat up, there is, you'll notice, one pressure clip that's down in there. So it was almost, I would say it's mandatory to remove the seat in order to take this panel off, which is absolutely ridiculous in my opinion, but whatever. And then it hooks up underneath of this piece here, part of your seat. So I did not remove this. I was actually able to just get it up just enough that I could slip the wire underneath nice, run it along. I didn't bother taking this B-pillar trim piece off either. I just snuck it underneath of the trim and ran it up along the carpet. So it's in there. I just moved the seat back, like I say, gain some room so that we can run this wiring harness, because my plan is going to be run it underneath along here. It's going to come out where the factory wiring harness is, and then the customer has requested that we double-sided tape stick that button to the center console, so that's what we're going to do. And as far as running power and ground to run this thing, I will show you. On the passenger side, you'll find a fuse block, and very simple to get to. There is just a part of the carpet here that you pull down, and we can see here that we've got some fuses. Now, the power source that I used, you'll see all these yellow fuses. Now there's an empty slot at the very top, and that's your rear 12-volt outlet. And on the left side, there is a pin that has 12 volts on it. And then on the right side, it was just an empty slot. So what I've done is I actually grabbed a fuse and I sort of like cut it apart and just wrapped the wire around the fuse like so. And what I'm gonna do is just solder that together. And then I think I'll see how that holds up, how that looks. I need it to be the same skinniness. So we'll see how much room we have. I was thinking of putting some heat shrink over this just to make it nice and secure. But then I'm just gonna plug that right into that slot. And then I can run the wiring across behind the dash. And then I'm gonna run it along the bottom of the console on the other side, and that will give us power for our motor. We also do need a ground, and there are lots of grounds on this car. So basically attach it anywhere to the body, clean metal. So I'm going to find a ground that's a natural ground, part of the electrical system, probably wire in an eyelet and then secure it to the ground. And that will feed us power and ground so that our motor will work. All right, so this is with the exhaust closed. And then we'll open it up here. Sounds pretty good. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hopefully, maybe you do this to your car or something. Hopefully it helps. If you like this content, subscribe and leave me some comments on what you think. See you in the next one.